Hey, Dave Nutt here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So what's going on? I'm debating about how I'm going to approach 2020. We're coming quickly to 2020. First off, as this says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. You know, I'm going to try to keep it to 5 minutes, but don't shoot the messenger if I go 10. So, you know what? Let's just go 10 minutes. Forget about the 5. Since I only do a weekly video now, let's talk. So, what's going on in my life right now? I passed my tax income course. Boy, try to say that 3 times fast. Here at H&R Block. Those that don't know, I put trading, I haven't stopped trading, I just put day trading on the side. So this channel here has been devoted to day trading for as long as I can remember. Go back to my very first video, was on Father's Day, I believe in 2008 or 9. My kids were little at that time. Now, my oldest son will be 17 on New Year's Eve, and my youngest son is 14. So I very quickly remember them being very small. I'm trying to think of a good picture of them together. Where my favorite picture is. Take this one down. Bring it back. It's one of my all-time favorite pictures of them right there when they were very little. My 2 boys. And I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving as well, to you and yours as well. So let's go back. So one of the key points that I did on this journal is the very end of it. I put a synopsis type of thing, and one of the highlights that I made was, seriously, 3 trades, no more. Now, what I can tell you about my overall trading was on days that I was winning, no problems. You know, I'd pull 50, 60 ticks out of the market. Where my struggles happened is when volatility would come down, and we would the decrease in volatility, where the average move was less than 20 ticks or close to 20 ticks, where it would grind you out. So my 3 trades would lose, like, you know, 30 ticks because it would hit 10 ticks, 10 ticks, 10 ticks, because the volatility measurement, it would run a 1p target, for instance, and say the 1p target, let's assume that the 1p target was like 18 ticks, which was kind of where it was at the end of my trading in October, and the average 1/2 p was around 8 ticks, but 8 ticks is too tight, so I'd always go after 10 ticks. So a lot of times the market would move 18 ticks or 1p after I got in. It would either take me out at break even, or I'd get just a couple ticks on that opening trade. So I would open up with like a 2-tick win, or, you know, I just wouldn't, or I would open up with a 10-tick loss or an 8-tick loss on these low volatility days. Instead of walking away from a low volatility trading day, I would continue to trade, and a lot of my bad trading came off of this. So know what kind of market you're in is probably where I'm going to go with this video right now, is know what kind of market you're in. Know, as the Kenny Rogers song says, know when to fold them, right? It's easier said than done, because a low volatility day could open up into a high volatility day, correct? So some of the things where did my winning mostly come from? Mostly of my winning came when my ADR measurement was over 2.0. or very close to it, meaning that the volatility measurement that I used was at least 22.5 ticks or higher on a 1p target. So in other words, 23 ticks on a 2p and 1/2 hour would have been 10 ticks to 11 ticks. So most of my wins came because the market would run 1.5p or 2p, and it would give you like 40, 50 ticks on that winning trade. I'd move to break even, get real close, and I was able to pull it out. Where my faults came when I look back at the year itself, when I had an excess of money, March, April, May, June, July, and into August, I was trading pretty good. Where the fear of doubt started coming in is when money got tight in mid-August. And that's when I started tightening everything up and not trading to the best of my ability. I was taking, there's a saying. That saying is that the fear of loss in that sense can overwhelm you because you're trading with scared money. So the scared money in this case was I was looking at, the income that I had has decreased and my trading expenses are still, the house expenses are still the same. And I'm not making as much money as a trader as I have in the past, being a day trader, going down a day trading road. And I always have a backup plan. Before it was insurance. I would sell insurance and it would help. But this last year after trucking, I didn't have. I had a backup plan. I was going to make it through the trading and make income as I was going to pull the 5,000 out of the. I had a plan. The plan was to get there and get there before October. It didn't happen. It didn't happen for me, and a lot of traders it doesn't happen. Where I ran into what my difficulty ran is when I figured out that I wasn't making enough on one side to justify, the expense that I'm accumulating, and just barely getting month over month to pay our bills. So yeah, we've had enough to survive. We have enough to keep growing, but the kids are getting older. The pressure of college, the pressure of all the other things that you got going on in your life, it starts to accumulate. And if you can't control, and it was hard. I mean, I'm not trying not to make excuses, but when you're worrying about one thing on one side and you don't have enough income coming on the other, it's going to negatively impact your trading if you can't divorce yourself from that situation. And to be able to say, okay, I'm trading now, and some days I was good. Some days I'm saying, hey, I'm trading now, nothing's worrying. But every so often, a bill's got to get paid. It just, we'd always have enough money at the end of the month. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't growing my account at that point. As I looked at when August rolled over, I started noticing that the expenses to the income coming in was getting close to the uncomfortable zone for me. So yeah, we still had enough money at the end of the month, but I wasn't comfortable with the situation that was progressing. So I started looking mid-August. I started looking at something and anything, and then I saw, like I said, I saw the H&R Block ad, and I went after the job and went through the course, got through the course, and now, I'm debating about, all right, so here's the plan. So I know I've got a job up till April 17th right now. I'm in training. I'm learning, how to manage the office and all the other stuff I got to do right now all the way through this year. And then January 2nd to April 17th, I know I have a set amount of hours, 40 hours a week minimum, overtime, and through about 4 or 5 weeks of that period of time. So I know between January 2nd to April 17th, I've got anyway, so the full-time job starts. Then I'm thinking, what do I want to do from May through October, which is a 6-month period of time, and this might be, in a sense, be a blessing in disguise for me. And I'm looking at it that way because honestly, when you think about, having income, I don't want to give up trading, but I want to have enough income on one side to be able to trade on the other. So in the end, what I'm thinking about is right now I want to concentrate on H&R Block and progressing and learning and understanding this job. So if this is something I want to do come November of next year, I'm ready to go, and I'll have that contract from November to April 17th, build up my clientele, um, and so forth and so on. My goal is to have 200 tax returns and also manage an office. So that's the goal of quote unquote a team leader of the office. So I'm leading roughly about 10 to 12 people in my office with lots of experience. I guess I'm looking at, I'm not really hand holding, I'm just guiding, I guess in that sense, just being a guiding force, coach if necessary. But mostly it'll be the just making sure that we hit our targets. So that's kind of the goal that I'm thinking of. So I've covered a little bit of everything today. I thought I would just bring you up to speed with what's going on. My thought process right now that's going through the back of my head, May into October, would be to go back to insurance. I'd have, what I said to my wife last night when we were going out to pick up something, is that by the time I get sick of something, it'll be time to switch to something else. So I'm one of those guys, I get tired of things. So I got tired. I got every job I've ever had, I just get tired of it. I just get bored with it. I get where it just doesn't, I don't enjoy it anymore. So I'm thinking maybe this is the answer, to have 2 separate jobs plus trading. By the time I get sick of selling insurance, it'll be tax season again. By the time I'm tired of tax season, it'll be insurance season again. So I think this might be the right combination for me. And just bring you up to speed, we'll be concentrating on, once the new year happens, I'm going to look and see what time I have available. Can I make trading work? Most likely, I'm just going to keep updating with a weekly video right now. I'll let you know what's going on. If I see anything on the positional front, I might transition back over and do a little bit more on the positional side as a trader into the future. I'm not particularly, I don't really know if I want to get back into day trading, is what it ends up being at the end of time. Do I really want to go back to day trading or not? And I don't have an answer for that right now. What I can tell you about my day trading efforts, at Top Step Trader, I was funded for 12 times. I spent more money than I made there as an overall, but my positional trading helped me stay in the game and being able to continue to move forward that way. So I still own nightcapitalmanagement.com, and maybe I will transition and keep the day trading stuff where it is, and then make the move and shift back over to Night Capital Management and start working as an overall trader from all the way out the curve into maybe just very, very, I really don't know if I'm going to do day trading into next year. I really, that's where I am right now. Do I want to continue? Do I want to continue to build on my strategy that I've put together? I'm really looking at, I want to learn TradeStation right now. That's kind of the overall goal that I've got coming into 2020. I want to learn a new trade platform. I've always wanted to use TradeStation. It's one of those platforms that was very expensive back in the day to take advantage of it. So it's one of those ones that I want to just try out and see if I like it or not. So when I do get back into trading, I'm about, say, 98.5% sure that I'm going to open up I have a TradeStation account, I just haven't funded it. But fund the TradeStation account with a minimum investment and then be able to play around inside their platform to see if I like it or not. So that's kind of where I'm leaning into 2020. All right, 15 minutes. Let's wrap it up. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being here. I guess we're going to see where we're going to go from this point forward. And I appreciate each and every one that's subscribed to me. I still will stay here. It'll be it'll be an emphasis of trading channel, but maybe I'll bring in other things that I've done in my past to make money, like rehabbing apartments and other odds and ends that I've done, silver, estate sales, all the other things I've done to make income. Maybe we'll see how 2020, I need to think about it. If you got any ideas, throw it down. We'll go from there. All right? Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Is this the end of 123 Day Trade and the start back to Knight Capital Management? We'll see. Bye for now.